And it goes a little something like.
How can you love you all summer and after fall I'll keep you all summer and after fall I'll keep you love.
We are going camping. Can't wait for you guys to see our accommodation. I will do a bit of a tour and the place where we're going. I haven't seen the place where we're going, so this will be interesting. I've got coffee, decaf coffee this time. It looks like we're gonna get some rain, at least today. Some car snacks. Had some popcorn already. So we're currently driving around looking for a place to camp. And I am incapable of drinking my coffee anymore.
This road.
On this road, yes.
See, we can even like go and top rope off that.
All the possibilities.
Yeah, look at all those rocks down there. We can top rope that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Big thing over there.
So basically how we put this climbing trip together was figured out what gear we had available or at hand at the moment and packed in a few hours and took off. So will be a few days only. And what we found was top rope, climbing shoes, harnesses, helmets. What else?
That's about it.
That's about it. And that's how we'll roll. Dawn is peeing so I can drink my coffee now. Yep, zip up.
Well, if nobody's camped here, it's probably a good sign, but look at all the trash around here. Toilet paper.
Oh, we should have brought a garbage bag for that.
We got a
collect.
garbage bag.
No, to collect other people's stuff.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
A couple of big ones.
Oh, it's so hot.
I'll let it roll down the window.
Still hot. Arriving at our actual camping spot. The one we checked out up there. Oh, that was an interesting sound.
Yeah, that was a fan.
Was the place to be hit by lightning when that thing over there is approaching. So,
So this is going to be a little bit more private.
hello. So now we'll just set up camp and then I'll show you our accommodation.
What happens when you get a bunch of assholes out here? Look at them cutting these trees down. Right here. So stupid.
Don't be an asshole, please.
What do you think of that?
Nice.
Yeah?
Ooh. Too bad I didn't catch the lightning. He's very precise when it comes to the camp spot. The evenness and the unevenness of the ground underneath. I'll be like, whatever. So our campsite is set, built. We had some dinner, now a bit of decaf coffee, and I will show you around. So let's take a few steps back. And ta-da! There it is! So, the getup. Dawn's awesome 74 International Travelall. Was it 74 or 73? 73. Oops, I always get that wrong. And then, an amazing Rhino Wreck. 360. No, 180. What?
Something between 360 and 45.
Yes, degree, shade. Sun, what?
Awning.
Awning. Yes, I knew that. Here are all the kitchen supplies. Here's food, coffee, instant coffee, my snacks.
Show the fridge.
Don is on keto, so he's got like
I mean, like cream and butter.
cream, butter, cheese, all kinds of fat. And yeah, so the popcorn's mine. And my favorite part. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. These are a bit slippery right now after the rain. Hello, tent. Dun, dun, dun. It is a tent on top of the roof of the car. So here you go in. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. It's big. But the views in the morning are pretty cool. So that was the first edition of Welcome to My Crib. Stay tuned. I will have many cribs in my life. So we shall all just thank Don for having this amazing get up here on his roof, car roof, and ready for adventures. So we came up here with our coffees to look at the rainbow and our playground tomorrow, and our camp is down there. So it's super nice. Good morning. First things first, going to pee. Okay, that's done now. Yeah, what a gratefulness overload. I wish I could wake up in a place like this every morning and just breathe. Yesterday when we got here, I just felt like all my hormones started balancing out and just started feeling so good. I actually wanted to talk about it a little. So you guys have been actually requesting thoughts on mental strength, and as you guys might have seen in the Blott the Basics vlog, my friends were all saying that I'm very determined and brave and that kind of stuff. But I just want it to be really honest, and I've actually talked about it a lot before in the Finnish media. Maybe not internationally yet, but the reason why, for example, the last couple of weeks I didn't have or make a vlog was that I've been struggling with anxiety, and I have bouts with it every now and then. So I just start feeling like my brain isn't working. It gets really foggy. I don't know how to form sentences. Then it just like, it's actually an imbalance in hormones. So my body produces, like a normal scare would produce a tiny bit of adrenaline in most people. But when you have this imbalance, you kind of get this huge amount of adrenaline, and you just feel kind of paralyzed and shaky and uncomfortable. And I never get that on the mountains or when I'm climbing, but I get it when I'm too harsh on myself. So I have a tendency, I mean, the reason why I get shit done is that I'm pretty tough on myself. With that territory comes this. I don't know how to explain this entirely, but and I'm still working on it. It's like some days I have really good days, then usually I have really good days, but then comes a season when I have more days of anxiety. And of course, endurance sports, it contributes to this as well. So I'm fully aware of it and I accept it. Just wanted to let you guys know that it's kind of normal. We're all human. If you've got anxiety, don't try to fight it. We all have our little issues and problems, so this is mine. And some days I try to fight it off and it gets worse. So I've sort of learned that that's not the best idea to do it. And yeah, just wanted to be honest with you guys. The last time I talked about this in Finnish media, I got a lot of messages from, this is actually a very common problem for young women, very driven women, ones who forget to rest. That is an issue with me. When we live here on a very high level or kind of high intensity and then try to come down, it suddenly seems like this is not enough. And that's actually when it started, when I started my lighter week and I was like mentally preparing for kind of taking a break, and I didn't know how to. So that's when I started having issues again after a really long time. But it's okay. I mean, it's part of life. It's part of who I am. I've got my strengths and I've got my weaknesses or challenges. And yeah, they don't define who I am. They don't define who you are. So whatever your struggles or challenges are, just know that you're not alone and know that you'll get through it. That's all I want to say now. But in the next episode, which I'll be filming today, you'll see the Sheep's Nose Playground. At least that's what we're planning for today. And I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in volume 2 of Sheep's Nose. I'll get back to camp and get ready for this day. Okay, still gotta come back and say this. Just wanted to let you know what helps me, or what helped me last week. So I made a list of things I prioritize, for me, training and mountaineering, preparing for climbs, preparing for endurance sports in general is, for me, it's a work priority at the moment. So I cut off most other work things, even though they're important for me as well. But for example, the vlog and social media, I just had to simplify that much. Even though I love doing it, it helped me to just be able to take time for myself. And another thing I did was I wrote down all the triggers. So it's usually our values that trigger these things, even though sometimes we don't like to admit it. Actually, it's not our values, it's the metrics we use to measure whether we're failing or succeeding. So whenever I start feeling like a failure, that's when I start feeling anxiety. And when I'm being too harsh on myself, especially when I'm coming down from a high intensity period, I'm not accomplishing as much in the lower intensity, and I start feeling like a failure because I'm used to measure myself in the high intensity place. So then I'll start telling myself lies. I'll start telling myself how I'm a failure. So understanding the truth behind my values and the way I measure it is a very strong tool. And the third one is when I feel it's coming on, I'm just like, okay, it's coming on, and it sucks, it's frustrating, but if I try to fight it, it's gonna take even longer. And what I was saying about all of us having our challenges, and this being my challenge, I just accept it, and I accept that my plans aren't going exactly the way I thought they would be going that day, and that's my life. But okay, now we're going. Bye.